Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. In today's video, I will be going over the new 4K Ultra HD announcements and pre-orders for November 28th, 2025. Direct Amazon links to the titles in this video when they are live can be found on my channel's community page. I honestly thought things were going to be rather light as far as announcements go, considering this is a holiday week, but well, here we go. We got a bunch to go over here. Beginning with Vinegar Syndrome dropped a couple of titles scheduled for release in November as part of their Black Friday announcements, beginning with Dario Argento's The Stendhal Syndrome. Vinegar Syndrome also announced that Troll 2 is coming to the 4K format. Once again, these are November announcements, and they should ship shortly after this week. All through the month of November, Severin has been announcing some 4K releases, and we have 4 more this week, beginning with The Ghost, and She Killed in Ecstasy is also getting a 4K from Severin. And Retribution is also added to the list here. And last but certainly not least, Vampirus Lesbos will also be coming to 4K. Paramount has a random 5-movie collection of some of their back catalog titles. This will be coming out on December 16th, and it will include Trading Places, The Untouchables, Beverly Hills Cop, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and the original Top Gun. The official release date for their upcoming 4K of Begonia was announced this past week as December 23rd. It will be available as a slipcover and a steelbook. Pre-orders are now live for both. Disney revealed this past week the official release date for their upcoming 4K of Tron Ares, and this is scheduled for a January 6th date. This will be available as both a slipcover and a non-exclusive steelbook. Pre-orders have not yet gone live as of the recording of this video. I would expect that to happen in the coming weeks, and stay tuned to the community page for that announcement. Well, it's Groundhog Day again, and that means another release date shift for Kino Lorber's upcoming 4K of Dante's Peak. This one has had quite an interesting adjustment over the past several months, but now the latest date is going to be January 13th, where it was previously mid-December. Speaking of Kino Lorber, we have some updated artwork for their January 20th releases, as Diva is coming to 4K, as well as the Rolling Stones in Let's Spend the Night Together, once again coming out on January 20th. Paramount has the individual release of Friday the 13th Part 2 scheduled for a February 3rd release date, and this looks to be available as a steelbook only. I have no word if a slipcover will be also available the same day. Well, it looks like we have some early listings of some February Shout Factory Hong Kong Classic titles coming out that month, beginning with The Big Heat, as well as Prison on Fire 1 and 2. We don't have the confirmed dates yet, but I expect that in the next week or so. Arrow Video unveiled their February lineup this morning, and there's some interesting titles in it, beginning with the February 17th release of The Visitor on 4K. And Westworld is coming to the 4K format from Arrow Video. This will be out February 24th. And the long-anticipated 4K of Excalibur has officially been announced from Arrow Video, also coming out February 24th. This will include both the theatrical as well as TV cuts in full 4K. Going into March, it looks like a new steelbook of The Wild Robot is scheduled to come out on March 3rd. And it looks like we're expecting at least slipcover and possibly a steelbook of the Flintstones on March 17th. No artwork yet for either, but that should be updated very shortly. So it looks like we have some potential June announcements here in the form of Shout Factory steelbooks, beginning with the June 3rd Wrath of Man steelbook. And Nightcrawler, which has been announced previously to come to 4K, is scheduled also for June 3rd. Shout is also having a 4K steelbook of Dead Silence. This is coming out on June 17th. It seems a little odd that they're going to announce these 6+ months way ahead in the future, so this may actually show up earlier. If and when it does, I will update that information in a future video. And it looks like A24 is prepping a 4K release of Marty Supreme sometime in the future. I expect this to come out sometime in Q1 2026. And it looks like we may see a potential 4K of Outbreak, possibly from Shout Factory, and stay tuned for that information in a future video. And Cauldron Films appears to be prepping a 4K release of the film Conquest. Stay tuned to a future video for that information. And it looks like we now have the artwork for the upcoming 4K of All the President's Men, and we still don't have a release date yet for this one, but interesting enough, Ben-Hur, which was announced at the same time, we still don't have the official art for that one, but I expect that information to come very soon. It's time to go over this week's international announcements and pre-orders, and as a reminder, most 4K discs are region-free. And the UK now has pre-orders live for their upcoming 4K of Kevin Smith's Dogma, and this will be coming out in that market February 2nd. Coming to the UK from 88 Films on February 9th, Swamp Thing will be arriving on 4K. And in addition to the Arrow Video US releases, the UK has some exclusive titles coming out in February. As on February 16th, Arrow Video has The Green Planet coming to the 4K format. On the same day, Arrow Video has the UK version of The Visitor arriving, and they, of course, will also be getting Westworld on February 23rd, as well as Excalibur. Pre-orders have started to go live for all of Arrow Video's announcements, both here in the States and the UK. Pre-orders have started to go live at Arrow Video's own website, and other online retailers will be forthcoming. Another 88 Films announcement coming for February is on the 23rd. Dragon Lord, starring Jackie Chan, will be available. Imprint in Australia announced some 4K releases, beginning with the February 25th release of the film Spellbinder, and Farewell My Concubine is also coming to 4K from Imprint. And Vampire Circus is also coming to 4K. Once again, all three of these are scheduled to come out February 25th. Staying in Australia for a minute, the double feature Day of the Woman, I Spit on Your Grave, and I Spit on Your Grave Deja Vu will be coming from Umbrella March 4th. Umbrella also will have their own version of No Escape on 4K March 4th. This was released on 4K previously from Turbine, so we'll see if the transfer fares any better than that one does. 88 Films has another Jackie Chan film coming to 4K, The Protector. This will be arriving on March 16th. 88 Films is dipping into the horror territory with Sorority House Massacre also scheduled for a 16th of March release. Pre-orders have started to go live for a mid-March release of the film Fade to Black. Arriving in Germany from Cape Light, Last Kingdom, Seven Kings Must Die will be getting a 4K release. And it appears that a future 4K of Slither from director James Gunn is in the works from one of the UK labels, and I expect a domestic US release to be forthcoming down the line. In addition to the steelbook featured in the UK section of last week's video for Wicked for Good, the movie will be getting a second steelbook in the UK, and pre-orders have started to go live for both versions. So those are this week's 4K Ultra HD announcements and pre-orders for the week of November 28, 2025. Don't forget to check out my channel's community page for direct links to the titles I talked about in this week's video. I post them as soon as they become live. But now I want to hear from you. What did I talk about this week? Are you planning to pick up for yourself? Sound off down below. And finally, a special thank you to all my Patreons for your continued support. It is very much appreciated. If you would like to support me through Patreon, I will leave a link in the description of this video. So until next time, this is Adam with the Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.